Right. I'm just going to slightly turn the music down as well because it if I upload it, there's a famous song, so it won't put it up. Right. Okay. Let's pin. There we go. Right. Okay. Fantastic. I'm just going to get rid of the chair. I'm also just going to close the door so that naughty little mutt can't come in. She's very loud today. She's feeling very loud. Now, a question for you all. If possible, could you just have a look and see if you can find something that resembles a block? Now, what I'm thinking is probably a book. Also that you're relatively happy to sit on. So it does need to be a relatively sort of hefty book that everyone's is not going to squash. So if there's any, you really want to sit on that, Juliet, if you want to. So it does need to be a relatively thick book, like maybe a cookbook or something like that would be good, or yeah, like a coffee table book type thing. So if everyone can have a little hunt about for that, and I know most of you have got this because I've asked before anyway. So the first thing we're going to do is put your book down, block down on the floor, and then we're actually going to sit on it. So what that does is we're going to use a few little bits to help with your legs. Is it elevates you so that your back is upright. So you've got much more stability in your back. So what I'm going to do is sort of basically force your back upright, because I have had so many people with sore backs because of work in the last couple of weeks, definitely the last couple of months, but certainly the last few weeks, everyone's just been going, my back is absolutely killing me. Can you stretch me out? This will ensure that you're upright. So we all look ready. Fantastic. So if you can, again, cross your legs and just make sure that they're not overlapping, so your knees have got every chance of just flopping out to the side as much as possible. And because everyone's had different days, but I just want you to have a think about controlling the time now and just sort of coming into the moment rather than thinking about all the other things that have been happening today. So not that I want to stray too much into on stuff, but I just want you to close your eyes and just relax your arms. So that's whether that's down the side or whether that's onto your knees or into your lap. Keep your back upright. And I'd like you to just think posture, okay? At this precise second, all I want you to think is, right, my chest is nice and high. My back is nice and straight. My knees are relaxed. My hips and my inner thighs are trying to relax. They may just take a few seconds to relax. And if we are a little bit higher, that's absolutely fine, just as long as you're feeling relaxed, okay? Keep that back nice and straight. There's no reason why your back can't be straight. So closing your eyes, I want you to just roll your shoulders backwards. Nice deep rolls. That's it. And just try and pull your neck a little bit straighter and relax your back all the way down. Okay, let's go the other way. A little bit harder when you've got to try and keep your back straight. That's it, one more roll. Good, okay, keep your eyes closed. And what I'd like you to do with your hands is put them on your diaphragm. So as a reminder, they're just below, it's just below your ribs. So just underneath. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths. So they should get deeper as you do them. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Off we go. Deep breath in. Feel your hands expanding and then out through your mouth. Keep going. And keeping your shoulders nice and relaxed. And as you're doing this, you should feel that it's more like 4 breaths a second in and then 4 out, as opposed to 1, 2. So finish your last one. Expand and release and contract. Wonderful. Okay, so hands back down into your lap. Just keep your eyes closed for a minute. And I'd like you to drop your head. So shoulders remain back. They're pinned back where they were. And you're dropping your head down. So your chin is towards your chest. Now, when you're propped up and your back straight, that should give you a really nice stretch. Hold it here. Feel your neck getting into that stretch and bring your head up. And we're going to bring our head to the sides. Keep those shoulders pinned back. You're looking across, chin to shoulder. And then back to center and then back through to the other side. Now this should feel slightly towards the side of your neck, which again can get really stressed. Bring yourself back to center and let's drop our head down again. So reset those shoulders if they've started to round again and drop your head down. Really feel that massive stretch around the back of your neck, and it should feel strong but really nice. Okay, bring your head up. Wonderful. Hands together and just give your wrists a little roll. And the other way. Click, click, click. And give them a shake. Right, I want you to put them down by the side. So just make sure if you're, reset yourself if your book starts to slide. And then we're going to bring one arm up and then put your hand on the floor and lean over. Now, both bum cheeks remain on said book. Don't slide off. And feel that stretch right down the side. Now, what I'd like you to do here is turn your head and look towards your hand that's on the floor. That should stretch your neck further. Bring your head back up and then come back up. It does feel a little bit strange doing that. I know you sort of end up feeling a bit odd, but it does work really nicely. Other hand on the floor, arm up, nice and tall, super tall before you lean over. We're going to do this to the other side again, so you just start that stretch now, and then you're looking down towards your hand. Looking back up and lift. Right, try it again. So first hand up and stretch it over and just think, oh, I think I might have gone a millimeter further here. Just try and relax your knees as well. They may have been starting to creep up, and then you're looking down towards that hand. Quite strong. Looking back towards the center and back up. Really take note if the second time round you're actually able to go any further, you should. Just even if it's an inch. All the way over, looking down. Oh, nice strong stretch, that one. Bring it up and come back to center. Wonderful. Right, readjust the book if you need to and just resit. Then we're going to bring one hand across your lap, one hand up and over, place it behind you, and then we're twisting. Now again, when you're on the book, kind of makes it a little bit stronger because you're upright more. Breathe. Okay, slowly twist yourself back round. Can you feel it's a tiny bit stronger when you're propped upright? Not much, but it is a bit stronger. So other arm across your lap, arm up and round behind you, and you're twisting and looking over your shoulder. Just go easy on yourself on the first time because it's quite a strong stretch. And slowly bring yourself back round. Wonderful. Let's do that again. So first arm across, up, really nice big stretch round. Try not to hit anything. And twist. Random bits of furniture, you know. And just think, oh, I think I might have gone a millimeter more there. Good. Slowly twist yourself back round again. and the other side. So bring it across nice and strong, hold back of your hand on that knee, up and round, and twist and relax. Try and relax. Oh, strong, that one. Very good. Right. Okay, the one that reminds me of Zoe, actually. Bring your arm up. Oh, Zoe and I decided that we've invented a new move, by the way. It's called the Zoe. I'll show you later. Zoe can show you later. So arm up and back, and then bring your elbow, holding onto your elbow nice and strong. So first of all, the stretch is down the back of your arm, the tricep. Very rarely gets a stretch, that one, unless it's very specific. So just enjoy that one for a sec, because it might be tight. And swapping sides, so up and swap, holding onto the other elbow. Just resit yourself upright. So if you're sort of crouched down with your back bent, that will not have an effect. So back up straight, hand down your back. Pull that elbow. Okay, bring yourself out of that one and just roll your shoulders. Now, let's do that again. So arm up and back and hold on. And then what we're going to do is go slightly to the side. And then slightly forward. So where you should feel that, yes, it will be at the back of your arm, but it's also right around the back and the bottom of your shoulder blade, around your ribs, the back of your ribs. Now, the more you lean forwards, the more you should feel that. Just take a deep breath in and relax. That's quite strong. And again. Right. Bring yourself upright, then let go of your arm. Lovely. Okay, other side. So up and back, hand down your back, holding onto your elbow. Find that stretch first. Then we're slightly going to the side, which you've already done. Then we're leaning forwards. Then you should be able to feel it right by that shoulder blade. Back of your ribs. Breathing in. Oh, that is strong. And release. And breathing in. Release. Good. Just hold it here. Bring yourself upright, then release your elbow. Fantastic. Just feel the roll of your shoulders. Good. Nice, strong stretch. Now to help with that further, we're going to bring our arms round as if we're holding a Swiss ball. Link your hands together. Drop your head, pull your tummy in, and really feel that right at the back by those shoulder blades. Now, where you should feel this is slightly higher, very slightly higher than where we were just doing. Breathe in. Expand those shoulder blades out and relax. And again, breathe in. Relax it down. Good, relax. Bring your hands round. Okay, you're linking your hands at the back. Pinch your shoulder blades. Lengthen your arms. Lift. Now just drop your head as well. And you should feel that right around your neck and then all the way around your chest. Good. Dropping your hands and unlink your hands. So we're going to come back round to the front again. You stay there. I'm just going to twist so you can see what I'm doing from the side. So you should jig yourself if you need to. So we're coming round to the front, linking your fingers. Drop your head, pull your tummy in. Breathe in. And release. Breathe in. Release. Lovely. Okay, now back around to the side. If you want to, just stay exactly as you are. But if you would like to lean forward, be super careful depending on what you're sitting on, because I don't want you to tip forwards and bang your nose. But not on the list of things to do today. Link your hands, squeeze your shoulders, straighten your arms, and lift. So that's where we are. And then I want you to lean very slightly forwards, and it exaggerates the stretch. Not too far forwards, not to the floor. Use your legs to hold you there. If that's all too much, don't do the lean. And that you should feel in your hip flexors. Okay, bring yourself back up and release your hands. Wonderful. Okay, give your arms a little shake. Right, so we're going to do a similar move forwards, but with your hands in front of you now. So hands in front, stay where you are with your legs, and then we're going to walk forwards. And this does feel a little bit different when you're elevated. So even if you're like, no, that's where we're staying, I'm not going any further. If you can, you're just going to walk forwards, try and keep that bum on your book as much as you can. Eventually, we're dropping our head and sinking down. If you'd like to create a pillow for your head instead, and that feels more comfortable, then do that. That's not quite as much of a stretch for your shoulders, but it's still a very strong stretch for your hips. When you've reached the bottom of where you're going to reach, I just want a couple of deep breaths. And very, very slowly rolling yourself back up. Good, come back up to the top. Right, okay, that position, your legs might start to feel a little bit achy now. So what I'd like you to do is remove the block, book, whatever we're calling it, and then just very, very slowly just bring your legs forwards. And they may feel a little bit stiff because you've been in that position. So just give your legs a little jiggle and just relax them. Right, with your feet. So we're just going to crunch our toes. Little tiny crunches. Mine desperately want to cramp today, so I'm going to have to be a bit careful on that. Squeezing those toes, roll your ankles. One way then the other way, that's it. Try and get some movement in those ankles. Okay, and flex your toes. And then we're going to point. Flex. Point. One more, flex. Really, really, really flex them. Point. Wonderful. Okay, so I'd like to see if we can use the block and put it in between our legs to actually just create a little bit of tension to try and stretch things a little bit further than they would be stretched normally. So the first thing to do is bring yourself towards the other end of your mat so you've got some space to lie backwards. Hands in front of you, just knees slightly bent, and then we're going to roll down super slowly and just use that core to bring yourself down. Right, once you're down, give yourself a second, okay? Because it may be that you've been using your back the wrong way all day and it might spasm. So just give yourself a second. Your feet are flat on the floor. Tuck your pelvis under and let your back relax. Take a couple of deep breaths. Sometimes when you just lie flat on your back, it just needs to calm down for a sec. Right. Now, to assist your back being fully on the floor, I want you to just bring your arms up, hold on to, clasp your hands together, and then just bring those hands up to the ceiling. Now, what you might just jiggle about a bit. What you'll feel is if you tilt your pelvis and do that, your spine is completely on the mat. It can't not be. And then very slowly release your shoulders back down. And what you'll find, hopefully, is if you bring the arms down, that everything's much flatter. So your spine should still be on the floor, but also your shoulders. So try and keep it like that, as opposed to everything starting to curl up again and sort of get aggravated. Right. Whilst we're here, I would like you to bring one arm up and over and across your body, and just bring that to you. So a nice little shoulder. Now, what can happen is this shoulder ends up right by your ears. Try and push it down. And when you're doing this standing up, it's quite different to when you're sat lying down, because gravity does something different. So this is a bit stronger. Just try to relax. Just give your toes a little wriggle. That's it. Give your pelvis a little wriggle. Just make sure the whole lot's relaxing. Okay, and the other arm up and over. So other one across. Take that arm just not by your elbow and then relax that shoulder. I know this can be a bit fiddly for people. It's a bit weird to get someone into this position actually. Try really hard to relax. Good. Okay, and release that. Good. Right, so taking your book, whatever we have, and I want you to place it in between your knees. So whatever we're going to do, we're actually going to put just a teeny tiny bit of pressure onto your glutes and your inner thighs. We're going to just have to do a teeny tiny bit of work. So first thing I want you to do, now your book is likely to be mildly heavier than my block. So I'm aware, just be careful, particularly Steve, that it doesn't slide forward towards you because that will hurt. So just keep a bit of a grip on it, okay? If it is really just too heavy for you to hold it, you don't need to use this whatsoever. It just aids a little bit. So just relax your shoulders, and I'd like you just to tilt your pelvis and squeeze. So squeeze the book together using your knees, and then release, and then tilt and squeeze, 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 and release. Now what this should do is just activate your inner thighs and squeeze, and release. And one more, tilt your pelvis slightly, squeeze. Just feel the muscles waking up. Right, release slightly, but not enough that the book falls. Now, hands to the side, and what we're going to try to do is engage your core, and we're going to tilt the pelvis. And what I'd like to do is try and lift your feet off the floor. So engage first, use that book, squeeze, and lift your legs towards you. Now, not so much that obviously the book's going to hurt your tummy, wherever that lands, or your chest. So just make sure that it's not resting on your tummy. And then we're going to very, very slowly control and bring that back down. So point your toes until you reach the mat. Your toes should reach first and drop. Good, relax, relax entirely. So you can understand how much you're going to have to actually engage your tummy muscles, your lower tummy muscles. And the stretch should be around the back. So it's right at the base of your back. Once you're curling, you'll get that nice stretch. So squeeze your knees together, just engage your core, and then we're going to tilt and peel your feet off the floor and lift. That's it, bring your knees in, feel that nice stretch around the back, and a little bit of pressure on your lower back. And then slowly release, hold on to that book. Hands down, release, release, use your core to control. Down and feet flat. Right, let's do that one more time. Now we're going to do something slightly different at the top. So squeeze the book slightly, tilt your pelvis, engage your lower abs and lift. Nice and slowly, that's it. Bring your knees in, feel that right around the back. Now I just want you to do tiny, tiny little rocks from one side to the other. So it should feel, everything's engaged because you've got to hold on to that book, but that should feel really nice on your lower back, particularly with a tiny bit of additional weight. Right, bring yourself back to center, and then we're going to slowly roll it down. Slow, slow, slow. Use your core. Feel your toes touch the floor and feet down. Wonderful, relax. Very good. Right, now we're going to bring it in, and then I want you to release the book and put it on your legs. So I will show you. So you're going to tilt, engage your core, peel your feet off, lift. Bring your knees in, feel that in your lower back. Then take the book, put it, balance it on your legs. Now, this should be nicer for you than it is for me because this is practically weightless. When you've got a little bit of weight on that lower leg when you're in this position, you will feel a bit more pressure, and it should feel really nice. on your back. So if you're not feeling too much pressure, I want you to hold on to the book and just bring the book in a bit closer. So you just feel that pressure on your back. Then we're going to do those little rocks. So not so much pressure you can't actually move. That's not the idea, just a little bit so you feel it on your back. It should be really nice. That's it. Okay, come back to center. Replace the book, so back in between your knees, and just give that a little tiny squeeze. Hold it there, and then we're going to roll it down. Roll it down, slow, 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 toes touching. Bring it down. Excellent, relax. Right, bringing the book away for now, and I'd like you to put the book under your head. So it should create a nice little pillow if you haven't got a massive hair thing in the way. So feel your neck feeling really nice and relaxed. And what I'd like you to do is that exercise again because of peeling your back onto the floor, because it may well have just lifted up. So bring your hands up to the ceiling, hold onto your hands and lift your shoulders away. Tilt your pelvis and feel your spine right on the back. Now just bring your chin towards you and just relax a little bit and then slowly release your arms. Again, you should just reset. Everything should be nice and settled back down on the floor. Right, so engaging your core again, so your pelvis should be tucked under. Engage your core again. I want you to lift one leg up to tabletop. And then engage again, and you're going to lift the other leg up to tabletop. That's it. Right. Now we're going to straighten both legs. And when I say straighten, just straighten as much as you can, because I know not everyone's in the same position as each other. So straighten your legs as much as you can. Your feet should be fairly pointed, okay? Now what I'd like you to do, once you've got into that position and you can feel your back nice and flat on the floor, sorry, I just had to move because of the mat. Then put your hands to the side to stabilize yourself, and I want you to try and flex your toes. Now, that's actually not that easy, and this is the only time I will ask you to fully lock out, straighten your legs if you can. So we're holding it here. Now, if you've got this right, you should be slightly wobbling. It should be slightly shaking because there is a lot of stretch all the way down the back here, your hamstrings and your calves. And there's some pressure going on here. So you should be able to feel a little tiny wobble. Just relax your shoulders, they're not involved. Repoint your toes again. Bring your knees down, just engage that core. And then bring your knees down and your feet touching the floor. Excellent. Flop and relax the whole thing. Go, little wriggles. So let's do that again. And if you want to extend that, I will show you the extension of that, but you absolutely don't have to do that if you don't want to. So re-tilt. You're going to lift one leg, engage your core, lift one leg. Engage the other, lift. Straighten your legs. Just keep them very slightly apart. They can be together if you want, but okay, and then we are flexing those toes. Now, again, stay here, and that should be quite a strong stretch. If you would like to advance it, take one at a time, and you're going to hold on to the toe. So one stays where it is, the other one's getting more of a stretch. If you can keep hold of that toe, that's quite significantly more of a stretch. So for God's sake, don't do that if it's bad enough as it is. Release that foot, bring it back to the other one, and then you're taking the other one. Just be aware of the fact that it will be tighter on one side than the other as a rule. Try and keep your back flat and your legs up and straight. Hold it here and release if you've got your toe. Keep it there. Just point your toes a little bit more, bending your knees, and use your core to slowly bring your legs down and feet on the floor. Excellent, wonderful, that little shake. Okay, so whilst we're here in this lovely position, let's do a nice supine twist. If the book's starting to annoy you, take it away from your head. Personally, I think this is more comfortable, but it's completely up to you. If you're finding that it's more difficult, Steve in particular, this should actually be more comfortable because of the curve in your back. So that should feel better to do that. So bring your hands out to the side. Then I want you to engage your core, tilt your pelvis, engage your core again, and just bring your knees towards you. Okay, just relaxing those shoulders down, hands as using as a stabilizer. And I just want you to do a little swing. So we're nowhere near the floor yet, just a little swing, and then a little swing over to the other side. Now, this is on, obviously, your timing. I want you to go a little bit lower each time. So you're sort of going an inch or so lower each time. Swing over, swing over. And you should be feeling a really nice massage on your lower back, but your obliques are having to do something. I'm not going to go mad with those obliques, but they are going to have to do some work. Swinging it over. Okay, now you should be getting to the point where you're near the floor. So just try and hover. Hover, 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 and back up. And then we're going over and hovering over the other side. Okay. All the way down this time. So you're coming over, bring it down to the floor, and relax. Relax, relax, relax. Everything onto the floor, making sure that that other shoulder remains on the floor. Both shoulders. Remember to breathe, not that easy. To extend this further, look away from your knees. Just turn your head and look away from your knees. Good. Bring yourself back. Head back to center and use your oblique muscles and bring yourself back to center. So, untwisting. And then we're going to go the other side. That's it. Lower down, sink, sink, sink. And then if you want to, turning your head the other way. And hold it here. Try really hard to relax in this position. It's a really good one if you have been working at a desk all day. Okay, use your muscles. Head back to center. Oh, legs back to center. Lovely. Right, just use your tummy muscles and bring your legs down and fill them flat onto the floor. Right. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is remove your books from your head, and we're actually going to hold them in your hands. So the book's not quite on your chest, but you're going to put it near your chest. So we're going to use it just as a little bit of weight to extend a stretch. So bring your arms up nice and straight, and then you're going to bring that backwards. Now you may feel that your core is just, depending on the heaviness of the book, that your core is just getting involved. I'm going to get stuck on my rower. Bring your hands all the way back. And when you've got hold of the book or any kind of weight, that should be stronger on your shoulders. So that stretch should be stronger. Really, really stretch out. So book towards the wall. Really stretch out like you're on a rack. Try really hard not to arch your back too much. Deep breath in, and on the out breath, just start to bring that back up. Now, again, depending on the weight of your book, if it's particularly heavy, that might not be that easy. So bend your arms if you need to. If not, we're going to bring those arms back up straight. That's it. So you've got the book back up to center. Bringing it down. Breathe in. Breathe out and bring it up. Little tiny chest press. Bring it back. Nice and slowly. Onto the floor. Rearrange your shoulders if you need to. Really stretch it out. Stretch it out. Bring that book towards the wall. Breathe in. And release. And one more breathe in. And now you're going to bring that back up again. Good, way up. And bring it down. Wonderful. Okay, just release it, or you can put the book back behind your head if that's comfortable, or just release the book onto the floor. Wherever's better. Taking your one knee, I'm going to hold that nice and close. And we're going to bring the other leg up to the ceiling and slide your leg down. So nice strong hip flexor stretch this one. Now bring it down to the floor, but not completely. So you are just hovering off the floor. And then we're going to put your foot is going to slide across and across. So you're doing a little tiny, tiny movement from one side to the other. Now you should feel more of a stretch doing that. It should stretch a little bit further. Not quite on the floor, your heel, just hovering over the floor. Okay, bring it back to center. Hold it there, rest your foot down. Rest the whole lot down, rest your shoulders, relax. Okay, bring that knee in. And swapping legs. Leg up, so hold that knee nice and close. Leg up nice and straight, and then we're sliding it down. Remember, not quite to the floor. That's it. Right, then we're coming across and back. Little tiny backwards and forwards movements, or side to side movements. Just make sure that it's not too far because it will stress your hip too much. That's it. Just try and relax your shoulders, they're not involved. Good. Come back to center. Drop your leg entirely and just relax everything to the floor. Very good. Okay, bringing that knee in. Hold on to both knees and just lift your head off the floor. Tiny little ball and tiny little rocks. You should feel that in your mid-back. Drop your head back down and then drop your legs. So just use one leg to bring yourself up off the floor. Give yourself a second because we have been on the floor for a while. Woo, readjust your head. Everyone okay? Right, okay, so let's come on to all fours. Oh, right, let's do a little bit of downward dog work. So I just want to make sure everything is stretched out right at the back. So first of all, tuck our t-shirt in so that doesn't get very embarrassing. Tuck your toes under, and then we're going to lift, curl, and lift up and do a really good quality downward dog. Sink into it, okay? Arms nice and straight, head in between your arms, back nice and straight, legs straight. Really feel that strength right down the back of your legs. Come up onto your toes, super careful, and back down. Hold it here, nice and strong. And up again onto your toes, subject to the not wanting to cramp, and relax. That's it, push it back. Good. Just walk very slightly further forward, and we're going to come to a plank position. Hold it here, strength required. Drop a knee and bring it up. Drop a knee. Really control. And last one. And bring your knees down to the floor. Wonderful. We're going to push back into a child's pose. Just spread your knees if you need to, or would like to. And then just come down, drop your head really strong on your shoulders, this one. Just enjoy this stretch as much as you can. It's super brilliant, this one. Okay, very, very, very slowly roll yourself out of that one. And come onto all fours. Tucking your toes under. We're going to come up now, so do take your time. We've been on the floor for nearly an hour. Be careful. So, fingertips on the floor, bum up, head down. Creak, crack. Oh my God, thank God you didn't hear that. Drop your head. Very, very, very slowly. Roll your way up. Stack, stack, stack those vertebrae. Head last. Deep breath in. Arms up and relax down. Beautiful. Wonderful. Right, let's finish with some balance. Now we're going to use our book. Let me just alter this slightly so you can see me. In my hair that's gone mad. So we've got our books, and we're going to start. We're going to start. I'm going to come to the side so you can see what we're going to do. So hip width apart with your feet. Just feel fairly stable on the floor. Now again, depending on the width of the heaviness of this, is going to be a little bit harder or easier. Bringing it out and up. So book above your head, and I really want you to think about your posture. So if we're all doing all this, I want you to bring it so you can just see it in front of you in the peripheral. Tuck your pelvis under and really engage that core. Slightly more difficult if there has got some weight to it. Bring it down. Hold it in front of you, and then bring it back up again. Keep your posture, all about your posture. Keep your balance. Tuck that pelvis under, engage your core. Let's do that one more time. Now, if there is some weight, you might start to feel this in your shoulders now. Down, and use your posture back up. Nice and straight, nice and tall. Stretch to the ceiling. Good, and bring it all the way down this time, book all the way down. Lovely, right, posture, tick, absolutely fine if you manage that. Let's try and destabilize you a little bit. So we're going to have the book. If you are actually able to hold this in one hand and it's not too heavy, we're going to have the book to one side. If that's too much trouble, if it's just too difficult, balance it. Okay, so you're balancing your book. If it's too heavy, bring it in. Okay, you should be able to do that with a normal weighted book. If it's really not that heavy at all, you can hold it like that. So I will do it like this because I think most books are a little bit heavier than what I've got. Stabilize one foot. Bring your toe out on the other side. First thing I want you to do is lift that foot. Lift it, hold it there. That's it. Okay, bring your toe down. Let's swap sides. And we've got our book. Stabilize that foot, the other foot out. Hands on hips if that helps, or out to the side, whatever's easier. Squeeze your bum slightly. Lift. That's it. Feel your balance. Feel everything having to work to balance you. 2, 1. Beautiful. Very nice. Right, let's go a little bit harder on that. At any point, if you need to drop that book, please do. Okay, it's not absolutely necessary. It just makes it a tad harder. So back to your first foot. Hand out. Let's counterbalance and lift. Lean, lift. We're trying to go for a little star shape here, but if that book's further in, that's not a problem. Hold it here. Muscles need to work. They need to work. That's it. Very good. Bring it back. and down. Good. If you manage that, well done. That's not easy. Swapping hands. Out to the side. Foot nice and solid. Out. Counterbalance with your arm. And lift and lean. So again, if you can bring the book out here, we're bringing it out. Lean as much as you can. If it has to come in here for the weight, that's fine. Lift. A little star shape. Beautiful. Hold it. Might be some wobbles. Try to get rid of them. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Well done. Manage that. Super brilliant. Okay, just give your legs a little shake. Last one. If you found what we just did fairly difficult, just stick with that and just try practicing that. If you're like, I think we're fine, we're rebalancing the book again. So first leg, bring your toe out, counterbalancing. And what we're going to do is the same move. So bring it out. And we are going to try to bring that leg in and out. And if you can, counterbalance it with your arm in and out. Quite a lot harder. Don't worry about the one that you're holding, the book, in and out. When you've got to do this, you've got to concentrate. Coordination alone. One more. In and out. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and down. Well done. Muscles had to do something there. These ones here. Okay, give it a little shake out. Let's do one more side. Balance. Foot down. Out. Counterbalance. And off we go. Bring it out. And off we go. So in and out. Very good, everyone. Very good. Let's go a couple more times. Oh, balance. And hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gallant effort, everyone. Gallant effort. If you manage that, well done. Without wobbling, blimey. Okay, just give your legs a little shake. Just roll your shoulders slightly because of the book weight. Fantastic. Okay, just dropping that book for now. Right, I'd like to finish with some just normal roll up, roll downs. Okay, just ensuring that your back is feeling completely and utterly relaxed because, as I said at the beginning, backs are taking a bit of a strain right now. So hopefully you should feel a damn sight better than when you started. Let's just finish that off. So all the way up. Deep breath in, arms down, chin to chest, roll it down super slowly. Now, once you're down here, everything's super heavy. So drop your head, drop your hands, drop your arms. And whilst you're down here, I just want you to think about what your body's feeling like. So usually the first thing that people are thinking is, oh, the back of my legs, I can feel that. Try really hard just to relax them. Just try really hard just to relax here. Relax the whole thing. Now, you're thinking, yeah, I can feel the curve in my body and I can feel the blood rushing to my head. Try and use that mental image as heavy. So it just pulls you down very, very slightly further. And that should feel like a really nice stretch on your lower to mid back. Shoulders should feel completely relaxed. Head should feel completely relaxed. And after a few seconds, you should just feel like, yeah, that's much better as opposed to everything hurts when I do this. Good deep breath. Feel that in your lungs. Feel that in your ribs. One more. That's it. Right, now, slowly make your way up. Get your legs engaged. And the mental image here is I'm stacking my vertebrae bones on top of each other. So it's perfect posture. Head last, arms up, really realign that posture. Deep breath in, core in. Relax down, and you should end up with feeling like you've got a really nice flat posture. Wonderful. Excellent stuff. Right. Let's end with our little sweeperoos. Wouldn't be the same without them. So hip width apart and bring yourself down. And we're going to come up onto our toes and lift, breathe. Good. Let's do that a couple more times. Closing your eyes if you want to feel brave. Depends on how the balance went today. And all the way down. And last one, all the way up. Squeeze your glutes, lift. Beautiful. Very well done, everyone. Thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. You did marvelously. Okay, just one